Hey, what is going on today, Duck Mafia channel? And so today we're going to be going through all my boards from the worst board that I think that I have all the way to my best or my most favorite board. So today we're just going to be ranking all my boards that I have, both racks and not on my rack. So yeah, other than that, the first board that I really think that isn't the best or at the bottom, it would probably be this board, this little TikTok board that I ordered. It's gone through a lot of upgrades, so it's definitely a lot better than what it used to be, but it's still very flat, as you can see, where there's no concave, no real place to lock in your feet, and it just kind of was more of a little kid's toy before we upgraded it. But yeah, definitely not something I would definitely recommend anyone buy, not without some serious upgrades like bushings, hardware, wheels, and bearings. But yeah, definitely at the very, very bottom. But yeah, definitely not something I would ever buy again. But yeah, then the next one up that I think is the next one up, which probably be this one. It's one of my least ridden ones. As you can tell, it's got a lot of rust. Some Target definitely upgraded it a couple times, but yeah, just kind of really isn't much fun to ride. It's just kind of, in general, kind of a pain to upkeep. I'm thinking about getting rid of this one and the TikTok board, but yeah, definitely not one of my favorites that I have. But yeah, it just kind of remains in the collection as kind of like, I wouldn't say a space filler, but just kind of a fun experimental board that I can throw cheap parts on, and I can beat this board up and not feel super guilty about it. But yeah, so definitely the second to worst board that I have. But yeah, then the next up on the list would be, and I'm only including complete boards on this, by the way. I'm not going to include any that don't have wheels on them or anything, but this one, ever since I put the brake on it, I just haven't really used it. Doesn't mean it's bad, but just don't really ride it as much as I thought I was going to. The brake system on the back there was just kind of a hassle to put on, and I had to shave off quite a bit from the drop through part of the board to kind of really make it work. But yeah, definitely the 33-inch drop cat with the vibe ride. I just think this is a little too short to be really making use of the brake efficiently. But yeah, definitely definitely wish I would ride this more, but I might just swap the brake over to a longer board. This is nothing about the brake. The vibe ride does make a very fun, cool brake system, but yeah, just might swap over the brake system to a longer board where I feel like it's going to be a little more useful. But yeah, and the next one on my list is probably one that I actually ride quite a bit. It's probably this one. It's just kind of a normal popsicle board. I've had the deck for a while, but yeah, it's just kind of too short and stiff to really do and any real downhills with. But yeah, definitely the third or fourth up on the list as far as, none of these are really particularly bad, but they're all like upgraded to what I like. But yeah, this one's just kind of one of my least ridden boards that I have. It's just kind of in general one of those boards that, like I said, just kind of really hard to put any big wheels on and make any real use of downhills. But yeah, then I would say after this one, gotta be the beer can ginger ale. This is a pretty fun board. It's a 32-inch drop down, but this is just incredibly hard to ride for any real amount of distance, just because the wheels, or not the wheels, the stiff board just makes your feet really hurt. And yeah, just kind of not very comfortable for ride for any long distance. It's a fun board, but just like I said, not any real fun to ride for any long distance, just because it does chatter and make your feet hurt. So this is now my experimental board that I throw not necessarily, well, cheap parts on and just kind of see how they do. So yeah, but yeah, on to the next one. I would say after that one's probably my penny nickel board. This is more like a little beach cruiser board that I like to keep around just for like flatter, calmer rides. And it's kind of hard to give this board any real good attention just because I would say the waffle grip is definitely the part that kind of throws me off because it grips, but it doesn't grip enough down hills to where I feel comfortable doing any real steep hills. But yeah, I mean it's still good, just not something that I would use regularly down any real steep terrain. But yeah, other than that, on to the next one. Then I would say uh, definitely this one. I thought the shape was going to be a little bit different on this one, but yeah, you can get this one on my shop, or similar shapes to this one on my shop. But yeah, I put these trucks on it, and I think I definitely changed out the wheels, so this is a lot better. So that it does rank it a little higher on my list. But yeah, definitely a little stiff and does hurt my feet after a while. But yeah, the trucks and the wheels definitely make a humongous difference as far as riding quality. But yeah. And I would say after that one, probably this one. This one definitely has a lot more flex and is a lot more fun starting to get into steeper hills. And yeah, definitely this one has gone to Denver a couple times. This has gone to Fruita and Grand Junction. And yeah, it was definitely fun, but I feel like it was kind of wrong for the terrain there. But yeah, other than that, definitely was a little blast just riding through Denver. But other than that, not one of my favorite travel boards that I have. But yeah, other than that, let's move on to the next one. Land Yachts Rally Cat is definitely, this board has been with me forever and a day. Definitely had it just for a while. It's the 2018 graphic, as you can tell. Definitely really nice to cock my feet in on some of these. Yeah, like these right here. And yeah, definitely makes it fun for steeper downhills. And this is just kind of a board that I've kept around specifically for a little bit harder downhills. And yeah, definitely taken this to a couple really steep hills in the area, and it's just done phenomenally on those. I think the standard Kingpin trucks kind of hold it back on that regard, but yeah, still ranks really high up on the list. So yeah, definitely good for downhill, but not the best. But yeah, then I would say this one has definitely been in my fleet almost as long as the Land Yachts Rally Cat, but not quite as long. Definitely, the deck has been in and out of my fleet for a while. But yeah, definitely I've just decided to kind of keep it in my fleet permanently, just because I do like these symmetrical drop throughs. And yeah, throwing these purple shark wheels on here because they seem to roll a little bit better. But yeah, definitely has been really fun, especially on longer cruises, because the board does flex and not make my feet hurt nearly as terribly as some of the stiffer decks. But yeah, yeah, not much else to say on this board besides it's just a really good board, really fun. Definitely one of my favorites, and I'm always a sucker for drop through symmetrical boards. But yeah, on to the next one. This one is definitely my second most traveled board. Well, actually, this is the first, considering I changed out the dinghy deck. But yeah, this one has been to Oklahoma City. Definitely filmed all of my videos in OKC with this one. And yeah, it's just a good little board to strap onto a backpack and yeah, take anywhere I need. And it's a little smaller than the dinghy too. And this is one of my graphics that I have done. And yeah, you can go get this graphic and many more in my link tree. So yeah, definitely, yeah, on to the next one. And probably the number one board that I had the most renditions of, the Land Yachts Dinghy. I've had 2018, 2020, and now this one. It's kind of been just in my fleet for ever. And yeah, like I said, I've had 3 variations of the Land Yachts dinghy, and yeah, they're just really solid, fun cruiser boards that you can upgrade and take just about anywhere. So yeah, the perfect reasons to have a little Land Yachts dinghy in your fleet if you're a college student and you're like, I need a long board, but I also want something I can do tricks with. This board's definitely one of those boards that you can do that with. And then my 80s style cruiser board. This is the donut graphic that you can get on my link tree, link in bio. But yeah, other than that, not much else to say. This is definitely my second most ridden one. It's got some Bear trucks on here, some brand new shark wheels with some brand new bearings on it, and yeah, took those out for a little spin the other night and was a hell of a lot of fun. But yeah, and this is just super wide, super stable, definitely fun down all the hills here in Arvada. And yeah, can't really say too much else about it besides yeah, really happy with the way this board turned out. But yeah, on to my number 1 pick, which is definitely and super strong, is this Land Yachts Evo. It is, I believe, 32 inches long, and yeah, has these brand new black shark wheels on it with some Bones Swiss 6 bearings. And yeah, definitely something that I have. This is just one board that I've wanted for a long time, and this build is definitely just something that I'm super proud of. But yeah, other than that, don't forget to like, comment, follow, and subscribe, and see you guys next video.